All right, folks. So I just want to go really quick over what do you need to build Gemini A and Gemini B transfer case. These are dual transmission transfer case that allow you to do to control the front axle and the rear axle independently by mounting two motors in a dual transmission. And these things allows you to do things like dig, where let's say you block the rear tires and spin only the front ones, or set up overdrive, underdrive, anything that you want for crawlers. So there's another video that I'm going to link that actually showcase what you can do with that. So I'm just going to put them together real quick. So if you guys want to build it yourself, you know how it's done. And also going to show the gear sets that you would need to use to either build Gemini B, which is the orange one, or Gemini A, which is the green one. So let's start with Gemini A, which is the green one. So Gemini A uses these gear sets. You can get these gears on AliExpress. They are designed for portal axles, so this transmission will not work with non-portal axles. And it's a very simple but reliable design. I've tested these gears on multiple rigs and they work really well. So basically it has a simple reduction that works like this. So this is one set of the gears. Given this is a dual transmission, you need two sets. So two sets of this, and that's what we have here. So now I'm going to put it together in the Gemini A transmission. So this transmission, you can print it, right? These are printed in PETG. And what you do is you have two plates here. This is where the motor mounts, and this is where the gears are contained. So you need to mount the bearings that come with the transmission, that come with this gear set. These gear sets, actually, if you buy them, they come with these bearings. It comes with the big bearings. These bearings are 10 millimeter diameter and 4 millimeter width. But these bearings, you need to buy them at Amazon, or anywhere. They're pretty common bearings that you can find anywhere for cheap. So you would need to put all 4 bearings here in the back cover and all 4 bearings in the front cover. So once you do that, what you would do is take the back cover and first set these gears. So one's gonna go here in the little bearings. So we're gonna do that. And then so this comes separate, like you need to put the pin inside. These are two-piece design. So both bearings there. Then you would put together these pieces, which is the main shaft with this gear and that pin there, and hold it this way and put it all the way to the back. So, and that process will be repeated for both sides. So we're gonna do it with this one now, with the other pin. And again, another shaft and gear, and we'll put it here. And that's about it. So if you see, you have one motor is going to be spinning this side, so spin the upper shafts, and this one, the more on the right and the left side, will be making spin the bottom. So then once you mount this on your car, you can connect the rear axles here and the front axles here, for example, whatever you prefer. These plates now go together, but just for simplicity, we're going to mount them separate. So it's going to go there. And then this one has a little space there to mount the side of the bearings that span out from that plate. So this plate is plain, and in the files you can also find the DXF version, which allows you to cut this plate in carbon fiber, aluminum, or anything. You can send it to Send Cut Send and get in a stronger material if you want something that's more durable. So far, I've been using the printed one in PETG plus this additional one that's to shape the screws, and it's holding up pretty well. I think it will hold up for a while. I don't think I'm gonna have any problem actually, but you know, some people just like to use the strongest material available. So then you just put this together, make sure that everything's smooth. You know, printing accuracy is important, so you might, if you have not printed things that need to be accurate, you might need to, you know, play around with your printer, make sure that they are accurate and things, you know, fall in smoothly. Then you just go ahead and put the 4 screws here this way. These screws can be longer. I'm just putting these short ones that I have at hand, but this could be way longer, like 20 millimeter long, because they could go all the way to the back. But you know, this is enough. Probably enough to use it, and it's enough for the demonstration purposes that I'm doing now. So, and this is it. So this is a built Gemini A transmission that uses these gears. So everything falls in pretty smooth and it's ready to go. So then you would mount one motor here and one motor there. Make sure that the pinion mesh are correct. This is 32P gears. Plenty of reduction for portal gears. And this is small actually. This has a pretty small footprint. Like, just to show you guys real quick, that's 40 millimeters. So maybe a couple inches. And this is on 50 millimeters, maybe 2.5 inches. So it's pretty small. With motors, probably gonna be this wide, and that's where, you know, you need to figure out how to fit this on your rig. You can make it happen. Then you have a dual transmission setup and a crazy rig to crawl. That's about Gemini A. Now you're gonna show you guys Gemini B. So it's basically the same process, but with different gears. And if you see these gears, they are thicker and they are a bit lighter weight too. So I'm not sure if the same material. This seem to be steel. These are some lighter weight material, but you know, for crawlers and in 32P, you don't need anything else. To be honest, it's gonna be strong enough, especially if you're using portals. And then you have this piece, which is a 1-piece reduction gear. And you know, these are nicer, I feel, and these are more costly. I also have the link of these gears in the in Colts in the links. But I don't know if they're gonna be better, to be honest. So the process is pretty much the same. So I'll pick this one up and we're gonna put together the gears. So this would go first, the same way we did it on the other one, like that. And then we'll put the other set. You need, again, 2 sets, one on each side, right? Then we would, again, sorry, I missed saying, but these gears comes with different bearings set. These bearings are a bit smaller. These are 3 millimeter width, and the bigger one is 9 millimeter diameter, and that one, the small one, is 8 millimeters diameter. Still very decent and more than enough for the application, in my experience at least. I don't know what folks do with their rigs, but I know that some folks kind of can ride them pretty hard. And then one more time, we got this gear, we passed that pin through, and then we get it inside. And then that's one, right? And then we're gonna do the same with the last one. So we put this here, and then we put this gear. There you go. Fits really well, nice and clean. And then we use the other output cavity there with the bearing. And then you have again two bearings set in an extremely compact footprint. I did all the math to fit this and make it as small as possible. Then again, we use the plate. We put it this way. Same as we did on Gemini A. This is Gemini B. I call it Gemini B because I did this Gemini A first. And when I realized there were also these nice gears available, I did Gemini B. And then again, we're ready with a nice dual transmission. And then we can, put the screws to close this together. It's important that you will use flathead screws, because otherwise these screws will interfere when you mount the motor. So they need to be flat. It's very important. So we're gonna put it together real quick. I'm not over tightening as usual. We're screwing on plastic, so we cannot over tight or we'll break the plastic. And then we have Gemini B ready to go. And super smooth again. Both really smooth. They can spin freely. Important that you check that out. Now, sometimes, they might not spring. Maybe your printer was not fully accurate, so they feel a bit stuck or something. Well, that's usually not a problem. Like, you should run them and they will get loose. Also, adding grease, they will relax a bit the plastic over time, and they will become like pretty smooth. Now, if you want them smooth out of the box, you need to make sure that your printer is printing accurately all the dimensions. So that's an easy check. If something feels stuck when you're spinning like that, it's because something's wrong. So there it is, folks. Gemini A with this kind of slim type of gears, and Gemini B with these more fatter or more fat gears. I personally like this one a bit better, maybe. This one feels more sturdy, even though the gears are thinner. They feel like hardened steel, or sort of. These ones do not. So it's a matter of preference. And maybe real quick, I can show you guys how much each of these weigh. So I think that's important comparison. Usually people care a lot about that. So Gemini A built with PETG. There's nothing, I'm not trying to do anything fancy here. 80 grams, which I think for a dual transmission, having the double amount of gears, it's pretty decent. And then Gemini B is 70 grams. So yes, these gears are lighter weight. Even though they're bigger, they're lighter weight. So that might be good or not. I mean, it depends. 68 grams now. That's what. How much are we marking? Well, 70. Well, 69. Yeah. Well, you guys get the point. 10 grams less. Now I also have different screws. These are black screws and these are gray, silver. I know those screws might be a little bit more lighter. I know that the bearings of these gears are a bit thinner and smaller as well. So that can be playing into, a few grams of difference. But yeah, this is it. I hope you guys like them. They're a very small footprint and should be a ton of fun to build a rig having this. All right, folks. Thank you for listening. Bye.